Welcome back, Hampton Roads, to Financial Tech Talks. I'm your boy James. This is my buddy
Ramon.
And we just three electronic security technicians that are providing information on market conditions, such as stocks, forex, cryptos, financial news that will also give you an edge and perspective on today's economy. But today is a different day. It's a special day today. We have a guest right here, young lady. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody out here?
My name is Rosalind Jordan.
Rosalind,
Hey,
welcome.
Rosalind.
Financial Tech Talks. Everybody's the type of Yeah. So, Rosalind, she's an entrepreneur. She has her own cleaning business. We want to spotlight that. What's the name of the business? Because my
K&R Spotless Cleaning Service.
K&R Spotless Cleaning
Yes.
Service. Nice. So we're glad to have you.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So, real quick, since you introduced yourself, real briefly, can you tell us about yourself? You know, where you were born, and
Okay, as I said, my name is Rosalind Jordan. I was born in Norfolk, Virginia.
Big ups to Norfolk.
Yeah, I'm 36 years old.
36. Yep.
You know, just starting off with businesses and just try to get it going. Basically, that's what I'm trying to do out here.
Yeah. And so, your cleaning business. You started that.
Yes.
What year did you start that? And when did you? What motivated you to get that idea of starting one?
Just making more money. Just motivated me just to be my own boss. I just feel like if we can get up and work for someone else, then we can get up and be the boss of our own company.
Yes.
And you started this business around the difficult time around COVID.
2020.
Yeah. So
2020.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2020 was a tough
2020.
year for a
It
lot
was
of
a
people.
pandemic.
Yeah, but yeah. So you started the business, and I'm quite sure that you had some challenges along
Very
the way.
much so. The challenge that I had was working and trying to start the business.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like you put in, like I was getting up and clocking in for work, but I was putting my business on the back burner. So that was really like, because the money still had to come rolling in. So I had to just get up and just keep working.
So again, Rosalind, what motivated you to get your business going? How did you start it?
Okay, what motivated me was to earn extra income for my family. Basically, I figured that I was getting up, working for someone else. I was getting in, clocking in, that I can just start a business so we can be better.
Oh yeah.
Family was definitely a motivation.
That's always
Yeah.
a plus. Family is everything, right?
Yep.
You.
So you said you started this business, so you were a cleaner at first, and then you took that skill
Right.
and turned it into a business opportunity.
Right. So I had cleaning jobs.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was so easy.
Yeah.
It was like I'm getting up once again, getting up and working for the cleaning company, which signed a big contract, and that contract can be mine. So I'm like,
That's right.
I started talking to my husband like, "Look, we got to do something. Let's put our minds together and we can open up a cleaning business."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And so far, here we are in 2023, and you have clients all right now that you're still doing service for.
Yes.
And so, I think that's a good thing. At the end of the day, would you say that it keeps you on your P's and Q's? Like a lot of people have the misconception of, oh, I have my own business now, everything is easy. Do you think it's different? Do you think once you have your own business, you work even harder as if you're working for an employer?
Yes, because it's your business. So you want to make sure that everything is going right.
Yeah.
So did you start with employees, or you worked your way up?
No.
How did that go?
It was just me and my husband.
It's just you and your husband.
Me and my
Okay.
husband, we started first because, some contracts is small, and then you don't want to underpay them. So you just start off with you and your spouse or your family members, so that way everybody can get paid good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And shout out to her husband. Kip, if you're
Kino.
listening. He's a good dude, and yeah, man, I love it. I love it. So, for anybody that's listening to our to this podcast, what would be a good tip for someone that was, that is seeking to try to start their own journey as far as a business? What kind of advice would you give them as far as, that's concerned?
My advice for anybody that's trying to start a business, to keep going. Don't not do it because you feel like it's not going to take off faster than you think that it's going to take off. Just keep going. You're not going to see the outcome unless you go through with it. If you can get up for someone else to work, you can get up and be your own boss.
Absolutely.
So I encourage anyone to keep going.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you have encouraged me. I mean,
I
I thank
appreciate
God.
it.
I thank God for that. That encouragement kind of helps me keep me in track, because sometimes I get up in the morning and I don't want to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
You're like,
but
what
I want
am
to do
I
what I want to
doing?
do. But at the end of the day, you're inspiring
man,
me to keep
thank you.
moving,
Yes.
and anything that you have to.
No, I was gonna ask you because I know that there's hurdles
Okay.
along the entrepreneurship
Yeah.
route.
Yeah.
Was there any big hurdles that you had to overcome? Small hurdles? Any kind of challenges that you face?
I would say the challenges is trying to get contracts signed. So you don't want to get underpaid as well as you don't want to underpay people. So you want to make sure that the contract equaled up. So sometimes you're gonna have to turn down some contracts because it's not in your budget or it don't fit with your work.
Yeah.
So I would say that was the only challenge.
Right. Okay.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
great.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Now, do you have employees now, or is it
Yes.
still just you and your husband?
Me and my husband, my mom,
Oh, nice.
family. Look,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's how you gotta do it.
That's how you do it, right?
That's how you do it.
That's awesome. I love it. And I want to transition into another subject. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. For those who don't know, she also has her YouTube channel, and she's also consulting with people that have stories about their mental health, and they want to talk about it. So can you talk about your YouTube channel as far as that's because it's awesome, man.
Yes, my YouTube channel is called Moving Forward with Razi. I'm basically doing mental health challenges because we deal with mental health each and every day.
Yeah.
It may be Mental Health Awareness Month, but this is something that we deal with and battle with every day. So on my YouTube, I encourage, uplift, and empower anybody that's going through it, and let them know that they can come on the podcast and tell their story, and let's heal together.
That's awesome.
It's different ways that you can be battling with mental health. It can be toxic relationships. It can be life itself, or even death. So I advise anyone that's really going through it to seek help. It's okay to talk to someone.
It's okay. It's okay.
So how did you get started, or how did you get into that? I guess that genre, not genre. What would you call it?
I understand what you're saying, but
how'd you get into that?
I love talking to people, and everyone was so used to coming to me and telling me about their problems, and it like after I finished talking to them, they be feeling better and everything like that. So it was just something that I like to do, just help people.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's too many people out here that's going through it, teenagers.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
everything that needs to be reached out to and help. So I mentor teenagers too, because I feel like it's a lot of problems that start for childhood or in the household that they're living in that they get overlooked because their parenting. Some parenting just not parenting. So
Yeah, and that's so true, because we've become so desensitized. Well, a lot of younger parents are desensitized when it comes down to what the child does and what they interact with.
Yes.
Especially with social media and things of that nature. It's sometimes that just the average dinner table conversation without your phones or whatever is very
Yes.
helpful
Yes.
for your mental state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
hard to sit down as a family.
Yeah.
You need
It
that,
is
you know?
nowadays. It is.
It's so
right?
busy.
Yes.
Yes. So that is awesome. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
and I encourage you to continue that. I mean,
Yes.
your channel's
Thank
channel's
you.
blowing up. Your channel's blowing up right now, and I think there's more to come. And man, that's good. That's good.
I appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
Rosalind, back to the business
Okay.
part of it. So, what do you see? What do you foresee in the future with your business? How do you plan on expanding? Do you plan on hiring more employees? What's the future look like for your company?
I definitely see my business expanding to different in many levels. Far as bigger, bigger contracts or more employees, as you
Yes.
stated. Yes, I will be hiring more employees besides family.
Yeah.
So I do see my business just taking off.
Right.
So I definitely see it going far.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just keep on moving. That's it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Now, back on the mental health thing, because I think that's very important.
Okay.
Because it's taboo when it comes down to certain communities.
Okay.
You know, people don't like to talk about it,
No.
but it's a real thing, right?
Yeah.
And it takes a certain person to open up to people or be
Okay.
a conduit to listen, because some people don't. There had to be something in your spirit to trigger you to say, hey, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to go as far as going onto social media and putting that out there on social media, because the internet, once it's on the internet, you can't get that information back.
Exactly.
So something had to trigger in your mind to say, you know what, instead of me dealing with the people one-on-one while we're on the phone, I want to take it another level. I want to take it up another level. I want to go on a platform, you understand, with thousands of people and express, this mental health thing, because it is a concern.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying this. When I always wanted to be a motivational speaker.
Oh, okay.
But the thing that touched me was my mom's story. So it's like when you see my mom, you
Yeah.
see a wonderful woman that's, she doesn't do any kinds of drinking or anything. But behind her story, she dealt with so much trauma as a child.
Oh,
She was one of 5 that got treated differently because who her dad was.
wow.
So she went through so much as a child growing up. So I was just like, my mom is just not the type of person to tell her story. So I feel like I can be her voice. So instead of just letting her story be silent, I just want to tell her story so it can help others, because she's not the only person that dealt with trauma growing up as a child. So I felt like I can reach out to people that can come tell their story so that we can heal together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
awesome.
funny because back in the day, for men, it was you weren't supposed to talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
true. Yeah.
Back in the day, man,
Back in the day, right.
you ain't
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah.
to cry.
Right.
You ain't
Yeah.
supposed to talk about your feelings. You
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
hold it in.
Hold
but,
it in.
but what I see now in the future or present is a lot of people are actually letting their feelings out.
I'm gonna tell you this: it's
Yeah.
better out the in.
Yeah.
It's better because once you hold it in, you just hold in so much anger that when it's ready to come out, it's gonna come out the wrong way.
Yeah.
I also have a cousin that, as I stated, you can deal with mental health, losing someone, and he lost his son. So now he has opened up a profit for Izzy Corner.
Yes.
So he does that, but it's many different ways that it can mess with your mental. It can be death, and I have a lot of friends that goes through it on a daily. They lost their mom, dad, but they still push every day. So I just feel like they are the people that I want to talk to on my platform, to let anyone that's going through the same thing know that, to encourage them to keep going.
Yeah.
You can do anything. Like,
That's
don't
right.
let your past or whoever, don't let that mess up your future. You can do it. Just keep going.
That's awesome. I looked at one of your episodes about a guy named Chubb,
Yes.
and he had lost his wife the same night that
That he was
got-
arrested.
That he was arrested. Man, that right there
Yes.
would I know that's something that is challenging at the time, and
It was challenging for him.
And he couldn't
You
go to
said
the
that-
funeral neither, right?
No,
Yeah, I
couldn't
watched
go
that.
to the
Yeah,
yes,
that-
couldn't go to the
Yeah.
funeral.
go to the funeral, man.
Yeah, so that was heartfelt for me. So I feel like it's a lot of people that can relate to him, as far as that. So I'm like, yeah, his story need to be told.
I really believe that this avenue that you're going down you're a conduit for people that are afraid to speak out.
Yes.
And I pray that you continue to be that bridge, because I mean that's a good thing, and I mean I really wish you success in it,
I thank you.
and so you keep going stronger, and anything.
And I really wish this podcast success, because I feel like y'all is opening doors for people with businesses that come and tell their story. So it's a lot that y'all is doing as well,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
and I feel like it's gonna take off. When it take off.
Appreciate that.
And what we say, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah,
Iron
That's
sharpens
exactly,
iron.
That's right.
exactly what it
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
exactly what it is. So, but I'm glad we're happy to have you. And
I'm so
this
happy
has
to be
been
here.
Nothing but good stuff. Keep up the good work and
Yes.
continue to inspire and touch millions and millions of people. And I pray right now that happens.
Thank you so
and,
much.
And hopefully, we'll in the future. You can be back.
Oh,
on
I'm
the
coming
show.
back.
Yeah,
Anything,
coming
definitely.
back.
Yeah.
anything you gotta say, man? Anything,
Yeah, what you're doing I think is wonderful.
Thank
you.
you.
know, like I said, with the like minority community, like it's like we don't really look at that part of that aspect. We're told like, your feelings don't matter, right?
Right.
You know, but that's just great that you're able to talk to people too. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
to take
Real
it a step-
life situations. You know what I mean?
And I'll take it a step further. I think ever since, and this is perfect timing for you and your platform and your audience, Rosalind, is since 2020, like, because we were isolated, locked down.
Yes.
Even
yes.
my personal family, on my wife's side, they haven't had a family reunion since COVID,
Yeah.
right?
COVID really.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
therefore that starts to mess with your mental, because we are made as humans to interact with each other, to
Yeah.
love, to feel, to touch.
Yes.
Yes.
When you take those things away from you,
Right.
then that messes with
Your mental.
your
Oh, yeah.
mental.
Oh, yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
and that,
That was a
especially for
strange
kids as
time.
well, young
Yes.
kids that were experienced the whole lockdown, and
Yeah.
now we are fast forward in 2023. They are going through things whether they know it or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of that what happened back
Oh,
in
yeah.
2020.
Yeah, COVID was a lot of depression, right? Because
Yes.
of COVID, because people couldn't go out. I remember you couldn't go to a restaurant and eat. You couldn't do anything.
Oh, I'm a big boy. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna find something to eat.
It's so many things in the world that mess with your mental.
Yeah.
Kids can't even play outside nowadays. There's
Yeah.
Yeah, that
people
is crazy.
shooting, and
Oh my
it's,
God, yes.
I can take it a
Yes.
step farther.
Yeah.
It's a lot that's going on in the world.
Jeez.
Back in the days, we had places we can go. We had centers, YMCA,
Yeah.
Camp Young. We don't have that stuff no more.
Yeah.
We don't have none of them places that we can really raise our children up, or they can play safely.
Right.
They have to worry about ducking from bullets and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that can really mess with a child mental as well.
Yeah. Well, we ask you to continue doing what you're doing, Rosalind. We love
Yes.
you. Keep
Thank
up
you.
the good work.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you,
on our
thank
show.
you.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right, viewers, we just want to thank Rosalind. Can I call you
Yes.
Rosie? We know each other now.
Rosie,
We
that's-
family
Yes,
now.
sir. She's
It's
family.
Rosie, let's go.
She in the house.
Yeah, we just want to we just want to thank you for coming on. And how can our viewers contact you if they're in need of services for cleaning, or in need of
Yeah.
some
Your
guidance?
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going. Y'all can reach me on KNR Spotless Cleaning at gmail.com. You also can reach me on any platform which is Moving Forward with Rosie at gmail.com, or just on YouTube, Moving Forward with Rosie.
Sweet. As far as our audio podcast, you can reach her, or you can reach us. And this episode with Rosalind in it at iHeartRadio. We can also reach us at Amazon. Also, we have Spotify. So those are the audio platforms that you can check this episode out. But yeah, that's it, guys.
Thank you for
Rolling
joining
out.
us.
Thanks.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Thank you.